So, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, let's talk about them. Today, we're going to be talking about the evolution of their sound. In 1989, their debut album, Mother's Milk, finally put them on the charts. Mother's Milk really highlighted the band's newfound preference for melody over rhythm. And that funky rock style has definitely been established to this day. The album featured some of their first greatest hits, with Knock Me Down and Higher Ground being two of those. Just 1 year after Mother's Milk, the band went on a 6-month hiatus, and they recorded their next major album with more of their greatest hits, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely heard my parents and even my grandparents blast this song.
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner.
Under the Bridge is definitely an iconic track. The drums in this album could be considered and have been criticized to be super loud and over the top, but in the best way. It's really interesting that this album featured metal with alternative indie. There's definitely a lot of different sounds that the Peppers were using. Let's take a major time hop from 91 to 99. The Red Hot Chili Peppers did not fail to disappoint with their 7th album, Californication. To this day, it's the band's most commercially successful album. These songs really revolutionized the band to another era in their music. For one, this album is super laid back and relaxed, which really highlights that Californication aspect of it. Between Frusciante's slide guitar play and the much toned down raging funk that the band usually includes, it's super easy to get lost in the good vibes that this album has to offer. Hits like Scar Tissue, Road Trippin', and Californication just really exemplified that laid-back sound.
Scar tissue that I wish you saw. Sarcastic to know it all.
Since Californication, Stadium Arcadium was their next major album that not only produced a lot of hits, but really brought them back to their glory days. This 9th album was released in 2006 with an astounding 38 songs. With its many mid-tempo tracks, it definitely might not be everyone's taste, especially seeing as they didn't take a lot of risk with sound, even though they definitely had the space for it, given that it was a double album. Stadium Arcadium earned the band 5 out of their 8 Grammy Awards, with one of those being Best Rock Album. The very last album that I want to talk about is The Getaway, where Keats really confronts the audience in songs like Dark Necessities, with lyrics like, "You don't know my mind, and you don't know my kind." After 30-ish years of playing with alternative rock sounds, I would say that it's a really refreshing album within the evolution of their sound, just because it's a bit different. I definitely encourage everyone to listen to at least a few of their albums. Thank you so much for listening to my take on the evolution of the Red Hot Chili Peppers sound throughout the decades.